Hello. I'm doing a last minute test really quick for something that's coming up. Hey everybody, I'm Suzanne Runyon. Why is Suzanne Runyon in a sweatshirt tonight? You will find out midway through our time together why I'm wearing this. Well, number one, I'm very comfortable, but it's not super professional, but I will explain the reasoning behind it, and yes, it has to do with crafting. Hey, how are you? I am first and foremost, I must apologize. The Facebook gods were not with us last Tuesday. We were all in our place, including my fabulous first guest, Emily, who's going to be joining me, and Facebook went down. That's the noise it made when it went down. And it went down, not just us. From what I understand, right, it was like,
it wasn't everyone, but it was
It wasn't everyone, but it was a whole lot of people. So we, unfortunately, were one of them. So for those of you who tune in every week, I appreciate your nice notes, but we're back, and we're live, and we're ready to go. All right, so what happens in this show? If you've never seen it before, number one, we do all shout-outs to start with. I try to do a whole lot of them, but then I tend to get in trouble, and they want me to move on, and so I'll get to all I can. Imani is my producer tonight, so she will, yay, be watching for first-timers, Imani. You got to do first-timers for me so I don't miss anybody, okay? And keep your eye, because we had a ton of first-timers 2 weeks ago. All right, so say you're a first timer when you write your comment. And then what we do is, if this is your first time ever seeing this show, it's really cool and it's very different than what I ever get to do on the air. And that's why I love it so much. Number one, you're a big part of it. You guys are pretty darn funny. You crack me up. You ask really good questions, or you have really good tips to share with other people when we're doing a project or what have you, which I love. Number two, it's very intimate. It's me and the guest crafts and I craft. We do it at the same time. Typically, I try to show you another version of it. They show other ideas, etc. So that's really neat because we take products. In fact, one of the products that are on tonight has never ever been on the air before, and the timing couldn't be more perfect on both of them, but it's cool because, again, you've never seen it on the air. So it's really neat because we launched a lot of stuff. The third thing to note is you'll be able to shop live with us. You're going to see somewhere pinned on your home screen. I'm never sure quite where it's at. Do you have the video? Do you want to roll it?
Maybe we can if you want.
Well, yeah, no, because a lot of people haven't seen it yet. We can if we want, like you had it all planned. Like, no, you totally forgot to it, just a bit. All right, so somewhere on top of your screen, in the comments section, you're going to be able to shop for the item, and that's awesome. So in one format, when you shop, HSN Gets Crafty, that's how you find us. This, by the way, is our new section on hsn.com, which is really cool. They built that just for you and me, all of our little happy crafters. It shows you kits. There it is. So if you're on your computer, it looks like that. You click right there, and you can shop without leaving the experience. If you're on your phone, the next thing that comes up is right there. See how it's at the bottom? Or on your iPad, it'll be there. And so you can buy the items. Why do I explain that? Because typically we don't bring in a lot of items when we do this show, and they're brought in just for this show. And we've had multiple sellouts in the past. So that's kind of cool, but I just want to give you a heads up in case if you see something you really, really like, and I think you will. All right, so let's do shout outs. And then we're going to jump into my very, very first person who's going to be joining me tonight. And I'm going to go way back. We start with Jennifer's joining us from, she says, Go Vols. Sometimes we do slip into a little football talk every now and then, because I do love football. Let's see. Oh, by the way, go Eagles. Hello. Super nervous Eagle fans because we haven't been beat yet. Kathy, hello from Cumberland Marathon. Beth is here and Donna is here and Paula. We have a show tonight. Yay, Paula, we do. Barbara says hello. Evelyn's here from, she's a crafting cutie. Yeah, you guys are all my crafting cuties. Those of you who have not been here before, now that you're here, you're considered a crafting cutie. Everybody is. So welcome, crafting cuties. All right, Barbara, hi from Huntington Beach, California. I just flew back in last night from California. I was in Palm Desert. It was beautiful, very deserty, but we really had a great time. It was beautiful, and the people were incredibly nice there.
Are your arms tired?
Oh, I'm not even going to repeat that one. It's so lame. If you didn't hear DeWitt, he said, "Are your arms tired?" Arm fart. There you go, DeWitt. That's for you. Let's see. Terry says hi from warm Cedar Rapids. We do temperatures occasionally, too. Let's see. Mary's here from Minnesota. Evelyn. Oh, she's a crafty cutie. Jamie's here, and Vicky, hello from Alabama. Diane's here from South Carolina. Julie's joining us from Nebraska. She goes, yay, we're all here tonight. I know, isn't that fun? I'm so happy it worked. Michelle's from Virginia, and Gail's joining us from Maryland. Vicky says, hello, everyone. Lindell's a first-timer. Hi, Lindell. Welcome. We love you. Thanks for joining us. Donna's from Wisconsin. Diane's a first-timer. Hello, Mary's a first-timer. Yay. Lindell, hoping to be inspired. Well, I hope you are. Oh, by the way, stick around because you guys tend to really, really like it when I do Technique Tuesday. And so we are going to do and tackle a technique tonight. So stick around because that's always kind of cool. And I go from very basic for beginners and then I get pretty advanced in it. And we do it live. So if it doesn't work, well, it just doesn't work. But so yes, we are going to do a Technique Tuesday coming up in a little bit. So stay with me. And hopefully all of this will inspire you very much. Carla, first time watching. Hi, Carla. Teresa's here joining us from Stafford, Virginia. We have Gail. Missed you last week. I missed you too, Gail, and everybody else. Jones, first timer from Connecticut. Well, hello. April Hill from Illinois. B from Northern California. Paula from Palm Beach, Florida. Maria is from California. Marlena is joining us. She's a crafting cutie reporting for crafting. I love that. That's so adorable. Linda from Michigan. Vicky is from Frankfort, Indiana. Karen's joining us from Charleston, South Carolina. She usually watches from Kentucky. Well, thanks. Oh, from Kentucky. Yeah, Iman is a Kentucky girl. You're from Louisville.
Yes.
God, I got it right. See, I remembered. Georgia. Hi, Suzanne from Newburgh, New York. Missed you last week. I missed you too. Lynn's here from Virginia. Brianny. I hope I said that right. Good evening from Detroit. I love Detroit. Marianne, I just flew in and out of Detroit, a couple weeks ago. Barbara, hello from Alabama. Katie is joining us from South Carolina. Teresa, haven't been in a while. Hello from Ohio. Great to be back. Well, I'm very glad you're back. By the way, little update too. DeWitt, from my closest source I can get to the people who make these decisions, is my director DeWitt right now. And looks like we're staying at 9:30 p.m. East Coast time for the rest of this year at least. Okay, so we're staying at this time. We're not moving around yet, in case you haven't tuned in lately. Susan, hello from Decatur, Alabama. Diane from Maryland. Christina's here, and Peggy's here, and Virginia's here, and Deborah's here, and Dee's joining us. A lot of Texans. Wanda's here, and Coletta. Hi, Coletta, honey. Lori's here from Iowa. Beth's here from PA. Anne's here from New Jersey. New Jersey's in the house. New Jersey's in the house. We love that. Roberta has joined us. Phyllis is here from New York. Jennifer's here from Point Cana, Florida. I have no idea where that's at. I thought anybody know Point Cana? Okay, well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Janet from San Jose, California. Vicky, Deborah. I thought maybe you'd cancel the show, Suzanne, due to the game. I'm watching off and on. It's like, yeah, no, I got to do it. Holly Matson's here. Okay, Holly Matson was the captain of the tennis team. That's why I was just in California. We played tennis all weekend, and if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see several pictures of us. It was called Our Flock Rocks, and she is our fearless leader who takes us out there, and we do all these fun events. Love you, Holly, you know that. All right, Mary's joining us from Romeo. Oh, where's Juliet? I'm sorry, I had to do that. I just had to do that. I thought you were going to be like a wah, wah. That's such a bad joke. All right, Donna's here, and Linda's here too. I know I got to keep moving. Barbara's here, and another Linda, hello from New Hampshire. We do not get a lot of people from New Hampshire. I don't say that very often, so well, welcome, New Hampshirean. Hello, Lisa, Jeanette, and Janice. New first-timers, welcome, welcome. Jean's from Wisconsin, Lindell. Techniques will be awesome. Oh, thank you, Lindell. I hope so. I hope you really, I'm doing one that I haven't even done in a while, and I thought, gosh, I haven't done this in so long personally that I thought, in fact, I hadn't done it in so long when I pulled out my tools to do it. They were all gummy and gooped up, so I had to run to a local craft store today to get one item. I didn't buy it from HSN. Sorry about that. Anyway, but you can buy it from HSN. But anyway, that is how long I have not done this technique. And it was funny when I was working on my projects, I forgot how much I loved it. So hopefully you guys will have the same experience. Cindy's here from California. Another California. Oh, everybody's showing up from California tonight. Lisa's here from Michigan. Hello, another Lisa from Texas. Cindy from SoCal. Well, there I was in Southern California. Robin from Connecticut. Lindell's from South Carolina. Janet, howdy from Texas. You look comfy cute. Thank you. And there's a reason. I normally do not rock a sloppy sweatshirt, either here or on the air. So there is, and I really don't because it's not very professional looking, but you'll find out why in just a couple minutes. All right, Sophia's here, and Susan and Claudia. Oh, I got to go, don't I? Loretta and Heather and Christine and Kathy from Vegas, and Julie and Lisa and another Lisa and Debbie from Mesa, Arizona, and Susan in Michigan. Jen, yay to 9:30. Hey, well, we're hanging in there at 9:30. Crafty Diva joining you from Minneapolis. Hi, Crafty Diva. Bling Queen. Got to love that. Gail and Carol and Lisa and another Lisa. Coletta's here. Jennifer, Deborah, Judy. Oh, I want to get to everybody. Jan, Terrell from Maryland, hello. Lakita, hi Lakita, welcome from Alabama. Kimberly's here, and Debbie, I'm so excited to be here. We're excited you're here. And Marianne says, I haven't been on in a month, lost my dad, it's been rough. Oh, needed a break. tonight from Philly. Oh, honey, well, our hearts and prayers go out to you and your family. So I'm really sorry, but I'm glad you could take a little break and spend some time, hopefully get inspired and have some ideas tonight. Inger's joining us from Virginia is in the house. I love how you said that. Nellie's here from Kansas, and Paula, love digging out craft items I bought and never used. Yes, well, this one's a goodie, but it was really funny. I was all ready to do my projects, and I was like, oh, really? But actually what's cool, this happens to a lot of us, I had to think outside the box, and I figured something else out because I didn't have what I needed. And I'm going to show you that too. All right, so let's get started. We are what?
What did we miss last week? An update on our favorite new tiny cutie.
Do we have another picture?
We have Leo pictures.
Oh, we do? Okay,
Absolutely.
So we have a new tiny crafting cutie, and it is Evelyn, who was our original producer, and she's been on this wild break for like 8 years now. We're not sure when she's coming back. Anyway, she was the original producer for the show, and baby Leo, we waited in great anticipation. And yes, we were loaded up with Leo pictures last week, and we didn't get to show them to you. So you ready? Leo pictures. Here's baby. Oh, stop it. I am cute. Stop it. Oh, look at that. That's how I sleep. Oh, look at the little suit. It's a suit. Oh, look, holding his ear. He's holding his little earlobe. Look at that hair. Oh, my land. Oh, what a cutie pie. Oh, stop it. Look how happy he is. Oh, there we go. We got our Leo fix. All right, Evelyn, hopefully you're sleeping or breastfeeding or something. I hope you're doing great. Hopefully sleeping, not necessarily having to breastfeed right now. Okay, here we go. Connie says, hello, Suzanne. Welcome back from Vegas. Teresa, hello from Northeast Florida. Beautiful today. Beth says, oh, I know we got to see baby Leo. All right, you ready, guys? My very first guest. And God bless Miss Emily, because she was supposed to be on last week. And it's really tough for a lot of our guests just scheduling it to get here is one thing. And we get all set up, and then we do all this big thing before today, and they test and everything. And of course, the signal didn't work. Emily was so kind to agree to come back on a week later. And yes, she's here in the flesh and blood. We're very excited. Emily joining us from Ecstasy Crafts. Hello, Emily.
Hello, I'm so happy to be back again, my second time.
Yeah, take two, Emily.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited to be here today.
And I really do thank you, because I know it's a lot of work prior, the crew and all the testing that we do before we do this. So it's a lot, and I really do thank you for giving up yet another Tuesday night to hang out with us, but well worth it, because we actually have two really cool items we're going to show. One, I know we launched at Christmas in July, and I kind of fell in love with it for a couple of reasons. And the second one coming up, everybody, you've never seen before on the air, and you'll want to get it for sure. But this first one, guys, we're going to go into my overhead so I can give you a peek at it, and I'll give you the item number, and I'll tell you the scoop. For me, I just thought this is going to be incredible to do a project with your family and every year make it a tradition to pull it out to read it. You're actually making your own book. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas storybook, and they have broken it all down into this really incredible kit. Now, because it's me and I'm a total nerd, there'll be pieces and parts that'll be left over, and so I'm going to show you an alternative to do with the leftover stuff, so stick around to see that. So here's the item number. It's 1335827. It's the Hunky Dory 'Twas the Night Before Christmas storybook bundle for only $29.99, and tonight we have 3 flex pays, major credit card, you're good to go. You're getting the die-cut chipboard pages, the foil die-cut topper sheets, you're getting the printed pages inserts, the foil and die-cut page covers, you're getting 2 meters of the red ribbon that Em will show you what to do with in just a second, and you're going to get a whole collection of these really beautiful like golden snowflakes, plus you get these little dots. You can add some dimensionality to your project. So Miss Emily, walk us through this, and gosh, you know what, I just saw this and thought, what a cool family tradition to start.
All right, so I made a book myself, but we can start building it together if you wanted to. It's a really self-explanatory book. It comes with step-by-step picture instructions, which is huge when you're not the best at following instructions. So these have photos for you to it has how you set the book together, but then also the pages in the order that they go in. The first time I did this, didn't really think about how the pages go in order and messed it up. So definitely pay attention to that. You want your storybook to follow nice and seamlessly. So it comes with an awesome photo instruction sheet. And then an awesome part about this is you can create and add as many different elements on this as you want. So it's really, really personalizable. So on this, we do sell this on HSN. It is the Snowfall Acetate from Hunky Dory. And another thing I like to do with these is just add little pieces and kind of make it a little bit more fun than the way it comes. There's a lot of easy little steps that you can do on all the different pages to create a different effect than the way that it comes. For the purpose of today, I'm not going to add that, but it is a really fun way and really easy way to kind of make your storybook a little bit more personalized.
Yeah, that's super cute idea. I love that.
So I like to use tape. You can also use glue on these pages. I personally like to use tape just because I find it's kind of got a bit of a stronger hold. If I can get back my tape off, there we go. And it kind of just sandwiches together. So I like to stick it on, I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to stick it on just center it the best I can, center on the front. And I already added some tape on the back, and just make sure that you cover up all the pieces of the chipboard behind, because you don't want those popping through. Oops. Up the top, bottom. And then what you can do is just flip it over. I did add tape here, but I recommend you add tape to the front of the page around the image, just in a square. You don't want to get it on top of your image, otherwise something will stick to your image and you don't want that. So I just like to tape it around the front of the image there, around all the sides. And then once this is kind of centered over top, I'll push it down. So I'll just kind of maneuver it around to make sure that this is nice and centered and none of the other edges are popping out. And then just push it down. And then we have our first page here.
Ta-da!
And then all you do is you literally just keep going and doing that on all the different pages. But obviously you can add some personalization to it if you wanted to. So I'm just going to stick this together. So I actually added some sparkle. I'll show you here. I actually added a bit of sparkle onto my ornaments. I don't know if it's really picking up on camera, but it is sparkly in person.
That's really cute.
I love to add that. And I'm just going to keep,
You know what I like too is I really liked these gold snowflake things.
Oh yes, so those are a lot of fun because I'll show you, I made little samples here actually. So these are transparent stickers. They are see-through. So when you add them onto different colors of paper, you can see that they pick up the different color from behind and kind of show through. So we've got the blue here and the black, it's a lot darker. You can kind of see the difference. And then also a really fun thing that I love to do is put some permanent marker over top or some alcohol ink markers, and you can just color them in, and they're still transparent with that glitter shining through, but you just have a different color of the snowflake, which is really, really cool with these stickers.
You know what's kind of fun too? It's amazing how just by doing a couple of the little elements that you guys included, how it just totally changes kind of the look of every one of these pages. It's really cool. Like for example, with our little green little beads here, I could take these and use them almost like buttons up Santa's little coat on the front page. So I really, really
that's so smart.
Well, and I really love the idea of you guys at home really making this your own. And when I saw this too, I thought, man, when Ethan was young, this would have been the greatest family tradition for him and I to like put it together with my husband Craig, make our own storybook, and then every single year we would get together and read it and kind of relive that awesome memory. I just thought that would be the neatest tradition to start. And then every year pull it out. So there's the three little snowflakes, big snowflake here, and then I've just added the little dots to create some dimension on Santa's little jacket right there. So again, page 1, done, okay? Also, Emily, you know what I like about this too? Oh, go ahead.
That Christmas tradition idea is actually something we had as well. And another thing we were thinking of is you can actually just leave it on your coffee table because it does look so pretty. And it is so personalizable that you can obviously talk about it with your family or any members that are coming over that might be curious about the book. It really is eye-catching. So you're really going to draw a lot of attention to this item here.
Yeah, no, I totally love it. I just thought, gosh, you know what, for $20. Oh, how many pages are in total? Lynn wants to know.
Pages. So they do stick back to back. So including just this being one page, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got the back page here.
So 5 total.
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's
And I do
something
like
great.
how they do sandwich.
Oh, I do too. Okay, so I want to show you guys something here. This was funny. So this is really good card stock, right? Like it's really heavy duty chipboard. So, okay. So I was popping these out because you're going to pop them out, right? And I kept looking at these thinking, oh, wait a minute. I got to do something with these because they're too good. The chipboard's too good a quality not to want to make something out of it. So while you keep building your project, Em, I'm going to show you guys what I did. You ready for this? Dun-ta-la. I decided I was going to make a slimline card because the length of this is slimline length. Look at that, kids. Yay, isn't that fun? So I thought, well, that's cool. Let's do something different. So what I did is I'm going to make a slimline card. I'm make a fall design, and with the leftover chipboard, and also you'll have these leftover pieces that you pop out of like some of these sheets, like you'll just see it. I'm actually going to make a card like this, and I made a matching envelope to go with it using the leftovers. How about that, Emily?
That's really smart. I actually also had some ideas that you could create a little gift tag with them as well for Christmas time if you have the leftover pieces.
Great idea.
And you could also decorate that with a little sentiment on the front, a sticker. You could also decorate those because the backgrounds are pretty, they're not too detailed, that you could add stuff over top of it if you wanted to.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I just couldn't resist. I was like, that's too good quality chipboard not to make something out of it.
It is. They do make best quality products, I must say. I love the Hunky Dory products. I'm just gonna
get this in there. All right. Okay, so while you're doing your thing, let me read some comments. Here we go. So we had a lot of comments about Leo, everybody. So Beth and Marion, oh, he's smiling. Teresa says, cuteness overboard or overload. Lisa says, adorable. Debbie says, oh, adorable. Teresa says, all that hair looks like my baby's adorable. Coletta says, cute Leo, cutie Leo, great hair. Karen's in the house. She says, I'm so glad it's working this week. Thanks, Karen. Then I want to... let's see. Judy says, I just bought this afternoon. Did you, Judy? She goes, I love Hunky Dory. I've been buying their stuff for over 10 years. Julie says, hi. Lisa says, Suzanne, you need to bring in some Hanukkah scrapbooking, please. Oh, that's a good idea. You know, could you do me a favor? Could you note that for everybody? I love celebrating for all of our folks to celebrate Hanukkah. In fact, I think we have stuff online. You do me a favor, Imani. Can you see currently if we have any Hanukkah kits online? I know Anna Griffin does some occasionally. We're going to see if we got anything online right now for you too, if you don't want to have to wait, because I agree with you. Coletta says, love finding projects for the waste pieces. Me too. Julie, I miss Leo's picks. Well, maybe when we get to halftime, we'll pop maybe just a couple picks, maybe not all of them, but just a couple of them. Okay, so you know what's also really nice about this, Emily? It doesn't take a long time to put this all together.
No, it doesn't. But also another part is you could make it take longer if you wanted it to. So if you really wanted to make this a detailed project, you could spend probably 4 hours on this. Or if you wanted it to just be a simple book with not too much pizzazz on it, you could do it in a matter of an hour or probably less, depending on how skilled you are.
I totally agree.
So I actually added a little bit of a black background to these pieces to kind of make it pop a bit more with that gold.
Oh, I love that. That was, you know, people could go, you could go really crazy though. You know what I mean? Like you could add more backgrounds to it. You could just like go crazy with this.
Yeah. So I like to also add a bit of dimension with mine too. So I'm actually going to use some 3D foam pads on the pieces that pop out that you actually stick on, because the pages are a little bit different, as you can see. This one, the sentiments the message and the picture actually get stuck on, unlike this one where the page is actually attached to the back, as you can see. So this is a piece of just normal chipboard. It's a little bit different than the other one, so it kind of gives you a bit of variation there.
We are getting another question. That was from who, Imani, the question? Tina wants to know, are the stickers available separately?
I don't believe so, but they are in the kit. And
Well, yeah,
who doesn't want this lovely kit?
You're like, wait a minute, come on now. Well, and the thing is, guys, if you get the kit itself, I mean, honestly, you could use the chipboard for tons of stuff, right? But if you just want to get all the elements and you kind of want to do your own thing, just get the kit. I mean, you'll have a lot of great little elements left to be able to play with, like I am, because I'm doing a whole different project using just the leftover pieces. So, hey, it's $29.99 with 3 flex too, everybody. So not too bad. I mean, it's a great price. And again, I think you're just creating that wonderful family heirloom that you're gonna, just adore. It's funny. My son and I, we have different traditions we've done. And even when I was a little girl, our family traditions are the ones I really remember, Sure, I remember a few gifts, but not really. But boy, I sure do remember all the wonderful things we created, those memories and those things we did around the holidays versus just the gifts we give.
This also does come with a reusable bow maker, so you will definitely get multiple uses out of the kit. It's not just kind of a one-time done thing, because also not only will you be able to reuse the bow maker, but you can also reuse this storybook every single year, or you could gift it to maybe a grandchild or a child, and then just continue to pass it down through the family.
Well, you know what, Emily? I got to tell you, the bow maker's separate.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was part of the kit.
No. We're gonna do that next. So yay, Emily just told you everybody the next item. Yay, which we're gonna do here in just a sec. Oh, it's okay. But I don't want anybody to be mistaken thinking that they're gonna get the bow maker with the kit, because you're not. It's actually gonna be separate.
Oh, sorry.
But
my bad. I didn't know that.
Oh, no problem at all. The only thing I noticed on this guy, this is a little slick, and I'm using my Versa Fine Clair, which usually pretty much goes on everything. So I might just heat gun that in a couple of minutes just to make sure that stays, because it's a little slick paper and it's not quite dry. All right, found a Hanukkah set of dies posted in comments. Oh, thank you. So Jessica's on it tonight. She is our social media coordinator who's working with you all online. She found you guys a Hanukkah die set, and she's gonna post the item number so you can pick it up if you'd like to. And Judy, I'm glad you just bought this afternoon, because that's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's see, Victoria, can we have a technique segment on batch making Christmas cards? Yes, I'd be happy to do that, actually. I will totally do that. In fact, I just made a whole bunch of thank you notes the other day. So yeah, I think that's kind of fun. And I'll try to make a kind of cool technique so it'll be kind of surprising. Yes, Victoria. Guys, can you note that for me too so I don't forget? Lisa says, thanks, Suzanne. Karen says, I was on the fence about ordering it, but after seeing the extra chipboard you ended up with, I decided to get it. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I don't know about you guys, but I only started working on a few pages, and look at all the extra stuff I have. In fact, to make, what was my other thing I was working on? I actually cut this one as one whole piece in the kit, and I cut it in half along with the extra piece, and I was gonna use that on another card. Wouldn't that be gorgeous in the center of a card? The only thing I will say is, again, I'm trying to wait for this to dry, and it's not drying. So, and I used Versa ink, which usually sticks on everything. So you might have to do another piece of paper inside here with the sentiment on it, because that's not working. Or if you have stickers or whatever you want to use. But my ink's not drying on this, because this is a really nice, beautiful finish on each of those pages. See that shine? It's really lovely. So yeah, here we go. We're all experimenting together, which we love. So yes, I'm glad you're getting that kit. Let's see, Diamond Press has a Hanukkah stamp and die set for cards I bought in the last show for card making for my Jewish friends. Was that the Diamond Press kit, or was that a different kit, Imani? Do you know? It might be sold out, actually. It was Diamond Press. Okay, guys, so that might be the kit that we just, Jessica's popping up the information for the Hanukkah kit. Let's see. What is the difference between the regular set and the bundle? Judy, this is the set itself. There's no bundle. At least there shouldn't be. Well, is there a...
It's called a bundle, I think.
It doesn't come with a bow maker, does it? It's not on my description. Mm-mm. No, it doesn't, right?
It does not.
Okay. I guess we're just... I'll tell you what the difference is. It's this. If you can cut to me real quick. Let me show it on my main camera. I just want to show you. This is normally not in their bundle. There it is. This and this is not in their bundle. That's part of the exclusive bundle part. They put that in for you. So those things, that's when we call bundle. That's it. The bow maker is coming up in 1 second. You got to stick around, because you're going to love it. You're going to love it, love it, love it.
I also wanted to mention with the stickers, one thing that I love to do on the pages is I like to cut off from the edge, have it over the edge, and just keep adding them all over the place, different sizes. I also like to kind of add them in the center, and then with some scissors, trim around the excess, because that I find kind of creates a really beautiful background that looks a little bit more natural, which I like. And then I also added some of the stickers into the sky with Santa Claus to create a bit more of like shine and sparkle there from the stickers too.
And there's a ton of stickers on that page, by the way.
Oh yeah.
We like lots and lots of stickers. Okay, so do you have, can you show, let's do this. Any other technique, let's see. And then also let's show them the final book, because I do want to get to the next item.
Okay, so I will show, I have a lot of different techniques that I did do. So this is another one with just the stickers. As you can see, I put them all over the place, and it created just a different color of sticker from the green versus the blue. And then I also added some of the pearls and a little bit of a Christmas tree look. And then you can also add these as ornaments because they are circular. They do look like a glass, or not, well, kind of glass ornament with the green. And then we could also, I wanted to also mention that with this one, these are the pieces that do pop out, which are similar to the chipboard pieces. These are just the pages that match with these that popped out from a little window. I will show you a little window like that. That's a sneak peek for the book. So I thought you could cut this out because these actually fit perfectly over top of these little squares. You could cut these squares out and have them separate, kind of create your own different style of the page and not doing it exactly how it's meant to be. So there is that option as well to use these pages or these popped out excess pages onto your actual page that you're going to create.
That's awesome. Okay, we got a tip for my ink not being completely dry. Use my embossing gun. Well, speaking of it, that's coming up. I just didn't want to show it this early. I was going to grab it, and I thought, well, it's kind of blow my next thing. But yes, you're right. For my ink to dry, I would pull out my embossing gun, which, surprise, surprise, because someone can read my mind, that's actually coming up as our Technique Tuesday. We're going to do embossing, everybody. Yay! So yes, that's why I was waiting to finish drying it, because I didn't want to blow my super surprise. But good for you guys, because you always has fantastic tips. Who was that said stays on ink may work better on punch-out pieces from the book? Yes, Victoria, I agree with you. Dale said Anna Griffin just previewed a Hanukkah kit and dies. So Anna Griffin just previewed one. Maybe it's coming up. Judy says one bundle set is $29.99 and the other is $19.50. All right, you guys are going to have to look at Judy's comment, because she's seeing a bundle set for $29, which is the one we're talking about right now. And then there's another set, she said, for $19.50. So Judy, I appreciate your efforts on that. Between Jessica and Imani, we are going to figure out truly what the difference is between those two items. They should be listed probably right beside each other. So if you figured out Imani, let everybody know. Or Jessica. Okay, keep going through your book, honey. That's so cute.
Okay, so this is, I'm showing off my book here. I added a lot of different elements. So I actually added some bells that do make noise, if you can hear that.
That's adorable.
Which I love. So I just added that on. I wanted it to be kind of a playful book because this is going to be for a child. And then I also added, these are just straight lines of gold stickers. And it looks really awesome with the contrast of the gold from around the images here and the storyline. So I thought that looked really good together.
Yes, that's beautiful.
And then on this one, I actually did add the acetate here onto the two images.
Oh, cute.
And I think that looks really awesome.
That was the
kind of looks like
acetate,
an actual
right?
window too.
Totally
Yeah,
does. Oh,
is.
absolutely does. Yeah.
And then I added little, looks like icicles coming down from the bottom of the windows as well. I thought that kind of like made it look like a realistic window with Santa Claus flying away in his little sleigh.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
And then I made the front a little shaker as well with some snow and added some stickers all over the page.
Girl, and that's what you get the ribbon to tie up the side, right?
Yeah. So the ribbon comes in with the everything here to create this book.
Oh, and you did another shaker.
I did.
Oh,
I love shakers.
I can't stand it. That is so clever. Oh, see, now y'all gotta get it just to make the shaker book.
All I did was use 3D foam pads. And that's why I made the shaker. with the
So
acetate.
cute. Okay, we got an update.
They do get the ribbon frame with the pillars, the base.
You mean the ribbon
The
maker?
ribbon maker, yeah.
Oh, so if they
that
do get
in
it-
the bundle. That and the adhesive pearls and snowflakes are the difference between
Oh.
the two.
Wait, but is that without all the extras, do you just get the book itself? Okay,
Just the
all right.
book and the other.
So we have clarification. Thank you, Judy, for your persistence, because you are smarter than an entire team of people here at HSN, including me. Okay, yes, you're right. And you know what, Emily, you are right as well. For $29.99, we're going to throw in the bow maker and the embellishments, the whole page of snowflakes and the little green dots, okay? If you just want the book by itself, it's $19.50. I'm trusting Judy because she's brilliant. It's $19.50. Judy, want to come work for HSN? It's $19.50 if you just want the book and you don't want all the extra goodies like the bow maker. And you guys are about to see the bow maker because that is indeed sold separately, right? Yes. Okay. So we're going to do the bow maker next. But if you want that, and do me, yeah, thank you. There's the whole thing. Emily's all over it. She's coming to work for HSN next week. That is $29.99 on 3 flex space. All right. Good. All right, girls. So let's make some bows. All right. If we can come back to my main, that would be
Right, my
awesome.
favorite.
Okay. I'm going to give you 1 second while you set up for it. And yes,
Okay.
I do have my heat
So,
gun, and now
what
that.
I
Hang on 1 second, Emily. Hang on 1 sec. I'm going to heat this up. And that is indeed a little preview of my Technique Tuesday coming up. All right. So there we go. I'll put that aside for the moment. But anyway, so there's my long card that I did. Very proud of it. And I did a slimline card.
Wow,
And
it's
imagine, isn't that
beautiful.
pretty?
I love
And-
it.
Yeah, and you're just using all the leftovers.
amazing.
Isn't that fun? So you're gonna have
I
a ball with that
love
one.
it.
All right, guys, now let's go to the next item. Let me show you it first, and I love this. It is a baby bow maker. I was telling Emily, we were chatting before we went on, and I said, most bow makers are usually just kind of really big and sort of awkward, and they take up a lot of space. Look at this little fella, isn't he cute? This, you have to get it because it's so mini and cute. Now, it's got a nice little weight to it. Em's gonna walk us through the whole thing, but this is only $7.99 and well worth it because we need bows for everything. If you're like me, I will slap a bow on anything that sits still, I swear. Even on little headbands and stuff. My ponytail back there, I should have put a bow on. This is the very first time we're literally launching it tonight, and it's only about $8. And on top of that, do we have 5 flex or 3 flex? Okay, I've got a flex issue tonight. What do you have, Em? Or Judy, for gosh sakes, Judy will tell me.
This is the bow maker here. So one tip that I do like to say is I do like to add double-sided tape onto the bottom just to keep it a little bit more secure. You don't have to add the tape, but I typically, when I'm making my bows, I just prefer to have the extra stability so I don't have to worry about it moving on me in the middle of my bow. So I'm going to do it with a little bit of my pegs. So you only need 2 pegs. So I just took the other 2 off and set them aside for now. I'm going to make it a big bow so that way I can kind of show you guys how I do this. So all I'm going to do for just a single bow, it's really easy. Just pull it from behind the bow on both pegs here. I'm going to cross my left over top of my right and kind of just switch hands. Hold on. It's a little bit, you can't see that on camera there. Literally just cross over, make a little X. And then from the piece that was crossed left over right, so it's in my right hand now, I'm going to tuck it underneath and pull it so it's like this. It's like a little T here. And once you've created a little T, all I'm going to do is bring that piece back over top that it just fed underneath. And then all you do is create just a simple little knot just to keep it nice and secure, and make sure that the center of your bow is centered nicely. It's not moving too far to the left because that will create an uneven bow. And then once you have it centered nice, you can pull it right and tight. And then typically I will just kind of cut off the excess while it's on the bow maker because it is a little bit easier since it's being held there for you. And then you have a perfect little bow.
Hey,
This probably wasn't the best ribbon to use.
No, it's perfect. Hey, Emily, this is funny. So Marion said beautiful. She loved your book. Penny says DKills, it's from last year. Well, okay. Barb said, what did she use for the snow in the shaker? What did you use for the snow in your shaker?
So you can use really anything. So I actually used, this is actually supposed to be for sparkle. Like, this is called Glitter Bits from Cosmic Shimmer. And I thought it looked enough like snow, and I like the sparkle and shininess, but since it is glitter, I just used it as my shaker, and it's like the perfect little consistency for it.
So cute. Debbie said, great job on my card. Thank you very much. Judy says, yes. When do I start? Judy's willing to come work for us here at HSN. Okay, so let's go over the technique. Well, here, do me a favor. Let's show the size bows you can make. And then I want to do the technique again because your picture's breaking up just a little bit, and I'm hoping it'll clear up so everybody can see it. Oh, that's cute.
Okay. Yeah, so I did make, so you can make double bow, single bow, triple bow, quadruple bow, many, many, many bows if you want, with a lot of fluff in it. So kind of the more times you'll go around, the bigger it will get. So this is a triple bow here that I made with 3 wraps around. So I can show you how to do that as well. And then you can also, with the 4 different pegs, create 2 different sizes in one of a bow.
That's really
so it kind of creates a little bit of a different bow than the other ones. And I also have another one here. Oops, I've got some stickers stuck on that. So it creates the 2 and the 1 there.
That's awesome.
All right,
Okay,
do
so
you
here
want
we
me to
go
go over the technique again? All right.
Yeah.
So all you're going to do is spread your pegs out however far you want. I typically, for my card size, I will leave 2 pegs space between, but that's really up to you. So once you have these pulled, you're going to want to cross your left over top of your right and then kind of switch hands once you've got that crossed over. And then take that one in your right hand and tuck it underneath and pull it to create a little T like that. And then once you have that pulled, you're gonna lift it over top and then just create a basic, oops, I let go, but it's still in its form, perfect. So you're just gonna create a little knot here to make sure it's nice and secure. So I will do that again, but I will do it with 2 bows to create a layered bow here.
Wait, look, you guys, ta-da! It's the perfect bow.
That's so cute.
How many of you guys buy bows? You don't have to buy silly bows anymore. Just make them yourself. It's so handy. Right? Yeah, just if you get a bunch of, it's so nice to be able to make really the perfect bow.
My mind is blown. This is one of those moments that happens to me on the show.
You're having
absolutely blown away.
DeWitt's completely blown away by how cute this little bow is. Okay, but which one are you making now?
All right. So I'm going to show you guys how to do 2 bows now. So you do the same idea, pull it apart like this, and then all you're going to do is wrap it around 1 extra time. All you need to do is wrap it 1 extra time, and you're going to repeat the steps from the other bow, just left over top of right, switch hands, and then pull that piece underneath to create a little T, and then bring that back over top, and then just tie it in a knot. Make sure it's nice and centered, pull it. And there you have it perfect. You can pull it apart and you can see you've got the 2 different layers of bow here.
Okay, stand by. Stand by, everybody. It's the first time I've done a double. I did this, my practice ones were all single. Yes, love. We all should be very excited about this.
It makes it a lot more
so
poofy.
much easier.
Like it adds a lot more to it.
And you said you could go 3 times if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I'll do that here. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller of a bow, and I'm gonna go around 3 times.
How cute that is, you guys.
That's
I'm
twice.
gonna bow up everything.
And then 3 times. And then I'm just going to pull it left over top of right, and then just pass it through underneath, and then make that little T once I've got mine pulled out all the way. And then all you do is just lift it back over, create a knot, just a simple little knot. Just like tying shoes almost. And then make sure it's nice and centered. You can kind of maneuver it over to the left a little bit if it does get off centered, and then just tie it. And you can keep maneuvering it if you need to.
I could do this all day
And
long.
then I've created 3 layers of bow. I'm just gonna pull them apart so you can kind of see.
I did a baby bow, a little baby bow.
It.
That's great. That is so cool. All right, you guys, I know you're going like bow crazy. My crafting cuties are like, okay, could anything be cuter than Leo's picture? This might rival it. Now,
So
I did
I
want to
actually
show
added
you.
mine to the front of mine too.
Oh, see, that turned out perfect. That's awesome. Okay, now I want to show you guys. So this is the teeniest bow I made. just so you'll see. And again, I probably have to go back and fix with this a little bit. It's been sitting around for a week. But that is the smallest size. Look at that little baby. And then this guy is probably one of the bigger ones. So if you're worried that you're not going to be able to make a whole bunch of different sizes, please don't be. Because this could be on a tag. Could be on a little smaller gift, Christmas gift package. You know, you really do get, and then this is just a different style of bow that I made with it. So that was really easy and fun too. So now you're going to show the double bow, right?
Yeah, so I added, that was technically a double bow when you wrap it twice around. But now I'm going to do it a different way and add all 4 pegs. But the way I did this is I left 2 spaces in between. Obviously, you can leave as much space in between. And then I made sure that these were equal distance on both sides. So I'm just going to set that down. And then I'm going to take a piece of ribbon. And how I did this was, so I'm going to bring it in front and I'm going to kind of like weave it. So I'm going to stick one between the 2 closest pegs. So it's kind of like a little floss like that. And then once you have that between the 2 little pegs that are closest to each other, I'm just going to pull it. And this will create the bigger bow at the back. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this, but I'm going to weave it back in between. But I'm going to go to my left side and then back over to my right and then pull it. And then I'm going to do my left over right. And I'm going to tuck it underneath. Same thing I did before, create that T, pull it back over top, create my little knot here, make sure it's nice and centered. And then I am just going to cut right and close to that because all I want is the bow. I don't want the extra things sticking off. And I'm going to pull that out. And there you have 2 different size layer of bow.
That's awesome. Now I have a question for you. Is there a YouTube channel to be able to see the left over right and all that stuff?
Well, I don't think so because when I tried to look up how you use all 4 of these, nothing came up. So I kind of just did it myself.
All right. Well, we are the place to figure that out. Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Or you guys can watch me on XC Crafts Facebook.
Oh, do you do one there?
Yeah, I do Facebook Lives every now and then on our own Facebook and use different tools and usually new products that we get in.
Oh, good. So keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Debbie said beautiful bow. Barb says love all the bows. Kathy says very cool. Maria says how can I get the other colors like Suzanne? Oh, I don't know. They just, what colors are we selling? White? Because this one just is purple. Do you know if we have different colors? Nope, we only have the white ones. So unfortunately, I do not. They sent me a purple one, and we do not know how you get the purple one. Let's see. Paula, I have several bow makers, but this one is so handy to keep on your table. Just ordered it. Paula, that is such a great point. And it really takes up no space. It's smaller than the palm of my hand, but I'll show you. Like if I were to put this in my hair, just to give you, I have a huge head. My head's giant. Look at how big that bow is. So it's deceiving how big a bow you can make with this. And I could have done a double really wide if I wanted to. Like, I think you're gonna have so much fun. I think this is worth its little weight in gold because I usually get Anna Griffin's kits and she always throws bows in because you make any of her cards, you're always throwing a bow on it, right? So it's so nice to be able to make a professional looking bow without even having to buy a package of them. And then you can also make them in the colors that you want. You know, you're not stuck on whatever color maybe Anna or whatever one of our kits has. You now can make any color bow you want. I really love this little double idea. I love the double bow and I love your double-sized bow. I think is really, really clever. So I hope you guys grab this before it is sold out. It is brand new. Do you have any other bow ideas you want to show us?
I don't think so. I will just pop my camera back over because I think I am, oops. My remote just died on me. Sorry. There we go. I think, yeah, that was probably the end of our project. It is so much fun. I do love both the bow maker and the storybook. Definitely going to be used every single year. It's not going to be a one and done thing, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love that too. Yeah, because this you're going to use forever and ever and ever. Buy it once and, you know, it's sturdy. It's not going to break easily. And that book, just creating those memories every year with your families and loved ones and starting a new tradition, I think would be super cool. All right, Emma, I'm going to let you run. Thank you again for being back this week. We very much love you and appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad I was able to join you guys today. Have a good night.
Bye, honey. Okay, so remember, you can get the book with the bow maker and the extra embellishments as one kit, or you can just buy the bow maker by itself all alone as a separate kit. And with FlexPay on it, we're at we're at $2.66 if you want to put it on any major credit card. Everybody can use that. It's 5 FlexPays, which is awesome. Grab this, because you just use bows on everything, especially this time of year, right? And like, I love what our last commenter said. I think it was Paula. Yeah, she says, so handy, just keep it on your table. She just ordered it. Marilena says, definitely need this, love the smaller size. Yeah, because I have bow makers, but they're really gangly, and they don't make those little bows that we need on all of our cards and all the tags and all that kind of stuff. They make bigger bows, which is great, but these little guys, have you ever done the finger technique? Can't do that. Have you tried the fork technique? Can't use a fork either. It just doesn't work. This is like having that extra hand, so it makes it really easy. All right, we're gonna wrap up on that because now, dun-ta-da, we are gonna do a special feature. Why is Suzanne wearing a very sloppy sweatshirt today on the show? Okay, so let me grab you my Facebook page. We posted this earlier, and I posted a picture. Oh, which way are you doing it? Okay, here's a picture. These are 2 of my favorite items in the whole wide world. This sweatshirt I love so much. And lo and behold, I don't even know what that big black stain is. Thank you for all your tips on those of you who told me how to get these stains out. I've tried almost everything I can think of. That is a jacket I brought in with me. It is my all-time favorite jacket, which got big, huge ink stains. And yes, I used hairspray, Dawn detergent. You guys, I love this jacket so much. I tried everything and absolutely nothing worked. So, lo and behold, what does Suzanne have to do? Well, I've got to get really, really creative, and I've got to figure something out. So let's pull the Cricut out. So here's what I did. On my stained sweatshirt, I put sunshine mixed with a little hurricane. That's pretty much my personality. Now, if you look really close, you can see the stain starts there and goes to about over here. But if you're really not paying attention, you don't see it. You didn't see it, Imani? Did you see the stain?
Oh, that's excellent.
Right. You really don't notice it. So yay, my Cricut to the rescue. If you don't have a Cricut, we saw them online, and I used the iron-on vinyl to make this happen. So what happened to Mr. Jacket? Well, I brought Mr. Jacket in to show you as well. This is my favorite jacket, one of my favorites, but really, truly, actually my favorite. Now, this stain, I had to measure it out. It was 5 inches by 5 inches. It's huge. So please think of Ralph Lauren when he went through the giant polo logo period. I kind of did that for my monogram, but here's what I did. I actually did a double layered vinyl monogram to cover up the giant stain on my jacket. So yes, very proudly showing and it's giant, but I don't care. It saved my jacket. And if you look closely, can we go to the overhead real quick? I'll just show you the technique. I used, turn it around because that'll make you sick looking at it that way. I used white vinyl and I used black, and I did it on Cricut, and then I did, what? No, the Cricut machine, Cricut maker. Yeah, you could use the Easy Press to heat it on, yeah, for sure, but it's the Cricut maker that I used it. But I want you to see that's 2 different vinyls that I used. So it's a white vinyl and it's a black vinyl. And then I did a cutout, pop the letters out, and then I did 2 presses to stick that on there. So yes, dun-ta-da, I saved my sweatshirt and I saved my jacket. Yay! Cricut to the rescue. All right, that's just a little side technique. That's not complete Technique Tuesday. That's just a baby Technique Tuesday. And I will never wear this sweatshirt on the air again after this. All right, so here we go. We're going to move on. And indeed, I promised I would do Technique Tuesday. And yes, it happens to do with heat gun and embossing. Now, this is really kind of a funny story. So I go, I haven't done embossing in so long. I'll do a Technique Tuesday on that, right? So I go to get all my embossing stuff out, and it's literally like all my ink pad, my embossing pad, and it was completely gunked up. So I had to make an emergency run to the store tonight to get a new one. But because I didn't have it, I went, could I emboss with some other inks? And so I'm going to show you my experiment to start. Now, when I do, oh, girls, it's going to be a little longer than a minute. Sorry about that. Just a little warning. All right, I have 2 items. This is from Crafter's Companion. We do not have it in stock right now, but from We Are Memory Keepers, we do have an embossing gun in stock. There it is, guys, and it's $17, and it has 3 flex pays on it, all right? Then we also have powders. We actually have several different embossing powder choices. I'm going to be using Crafter's Companions and Little Darlings for my projects. Unfortunately, those aren't online, but we do have a lot of choices. Sizzix has an essential opaque embossing powder pack. It's a 5-pack that's available right now, and you can get it for $32 $2, but there's also a lot of different powders available. So just check out hsn.com for those. Don't let me forget to do those letter 2 notes. But let's get started. All right. So the first challenge I had was my embossing ink was a mess. So what I did is I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I can figure out how to use a different ink. This is me just using a standard ink, and you see I basically started burning the pages. That did not work. This is me using my favorite. We do not have it online, but Versa ink. I'm a huge fan of it, and it worked brilliantly, actually. So let me lean that up to you. That is, look at that. Isn't that cool? That's holographic. So without having to buy, and typically we do sell Crafter's Companion. We usually have in stock a embossing ink collection with the little refill bottle and all that kind of stuff. We don't, so I had to go buy one at the store, but we typically do have it in stock. Usually you're going to use that, and then you're going to do your embossing powder over it, which I'm going to show you how that works in just a second. But fortunately, the Versa worked brilliantly well. So you don't necessarily have to go out and buy a bunch of this. You can just buy these different Versa inks, and I love them. I like to be really open with you. Again, tried purple ink, that didn't work. This is really cool. I layered down the black Versa and did a white finish on it, which almost looks like cool and pearlized, a little hard to see, but that's kind of neat too. So here we go. I'm gonna whip through these projects because Imani is telling me to. All right, first thing we're gonna do right here is I just did the same technique with the black ink, that Versa ink, and that's called holographic. And I did it on printed paper just to see what it would look like. And I thought that turned out kind of fun. The next technique, now this one I'm actually going to show, because if you guys are not familiar, and for those of you familiar, you'll get a giggle out of this. And if Imani, you can watch the comments, because people always have good ideas when we get to these technique days. All right, so for those of you who are familiar with embossing, one of the coolest things is to watch the magic happen. To me, I just love watching it happen. So in this case, I'm going to do this giant hello, and I'm also going to use my Versa ink because it just works so darn well, okay? Then what I'm going to use on top of that is going to be a clear embossing powder, because I really just want to bring out the black color of my ink. So I'm going to grab my clear. Now this is going to be from, where's my clear? This is going to be from Crafter's Companion. So you want to do the stamp. I'm going to press that down. I'm going to lift it up, get a little bit more on there. Then I'm going to very quickly move this off onto my sheet. I'm going to sprinkle my clear on it very quickly. And again, I got to move kind of quick because I know you're running out of time. Oh my gosh. Okay, now this is going to be one of my favorite. Here's a tip for you too, guys. Make sure you get a piece of, and I just used regular old copy paper, because you do not want to waste one single inch of this. And you want to fold it in half to be able to pour the remaining back in your jar, because we are not going to waste any of our fabulous embossing powder. Now, this is the best part. There's just something so satisfying about this. So watch the magic happen. I'm turning on my heat gun, which you need a heat gun to do this, and it's going to take a second to really get heated up. But watch what happens when it gets to the, there it goes, there it goes. Can you guys see it? Oh, that's such a good example. Oh yes, please. There is something so satisfying about this. I don't know what it is, but when you see that transformation happen, it's just so cool. Can you guys see it? I got half of it done there. You see what's happening? Isn't that neat? And I forgot, I really, honest to goodness, forgot how fabulous it is to play with embossing powders. All right, so there. That project is done-o. So what happens is, let me just turn it over because I finished it, but look what happened. It went from just basic black ink, and now it's got this cool, like glossy finish to it. Isn't that fun? Okay, yay, we love that idea. All right, I'm gonna move a little bit quicker. Now this one I thought was really kind of interesting. And again, I'm gonna shorten my technique on this. So what happened here is I did a word. Now I also brought in, if we had more time, I was gonna do a big word like this, like love, but I found this one, I just did my little hello. But all I want is half of this to be actually embossed. So I'm gonna take my little sticky notes, and I'm going to block off any area that I do not want to have any embossing ink on. So hopefully I can do this fast. Now that we're running out of time, I get all like, So I don't want any embossing ink to be in any of these sections that I'm actually working on right now. Let me fix this. And I only want it about halfway up on the word hello. So you get the idea. If I was going to use the love completely, what would happen? It would be pretty cool, but hopefully this will work. All right, so once again, one more sheet. Put put this down below. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use traditional embossing ink, just right smack on top of that, over that whole thing. Okay, so hopefully I have enough. Traditional embossing ink has a tackiness to it. And then I'm going to do this well, let's see. Where's my holograph? Oh, this is my holograph. This isn't going to show as well as I'd like it to. If I did a black or a different colored ink down below, like the Versa ink, that would work. But you'll get the idea. Now think about if you wanted to create an effect that kind of looked like snow on a project, how cool this would be. All right, so I'm going to tap that off. Pull those all off. And then we're going to heat this baby up. You're not going to be able to see it quite as well because it's just not going to be dark enough. But if you did want to create like snow on mountaintops, or if you're doing a Christmas scene or something like it, this would be super cool to do this. Yeah, sorry, you're not going to really see it too close, but can you kind of see it? Isn't that, can you see it? Oh, there, when we do that? Underneath. Oh, underneath. Kinda. Oh, there it is. All right, there it is. Isn't that cool, guys? So wouldn't it be cool for snow, like snow mountains, snowy hills, a snowman? Like, oh, there you go. You can kind of see it. So, and again, imagine if that was colored. So a lot of you probably have a ton of embossing powders. So if you have a bunch of colors, oh, it's super cool to do an ombre effect, and you can do multiple layers of that. And again, I'm going to save the list. Use an embossing buddy or cornstarch for start. Okay, yep, let me explain about that because I'm going through this so fast I didn't mention it. All right, so that's what I do have. As a matter of fact, thank you. Who gave us that tip? Who was it?
Lorraine.
Lorraine. So Lorraine, thank you. Yes, I have one of these. What is this? Little pads have a little bit of like a powder to them, and it gets rid of static. So you don't have all the little flakes sticking to it, and you can kind of brush it off. So you run this over your project first. It's like a little baby pillow, or you can use cornstarch. That's an awesome tip before you actually start doing your embossing. I just was running out of time and totally forgot to do that step. So thank you for reminding me about that. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple more ideas, then we're going to wrap it up. The next one I had a lot of fun with. So I took a white or yellow piece of paper, and then I thought, well, this could be kind of cool. Let's see what we can do with an embossing folder, okay? So then what I did was I did it in the black Versa ink first, okay? So what I did was I ran it through my machine to get the raised effect, okay? Then I took my black Versa ink because I knew it was going to work with the embossing technique, and I just ran it so it grabbed on top of the raised effect of the embossing folder. Then I sprinkled the holograph over it, heat gunned it, and then look kind of what happened. Isn't that neat? So it grabbed onto the pieces that were raised. Isn't that kind of fun? I just thought, oh my gosh, that's going to be such a cool background when it's done, and that was combining an embossing folder, so could do that. Now I did try one more to show you a bad experiment. This didn't really work how I liked. It was a really thin idea, and it just wasn't as poppy, and I didn't like how it finished. So I thought if you use a more intricate design with an embossing folder, it definitely looks better. I just wanted to show you a fail in my book. Okay, so then I got a few more things I'm going to show you, and then we're going to wrap it up. This is really neat, and these are for my friends of Stamps by Me. I love their stamps so much. They had sent these as samples of some of the stuff they had done, but I want you to see that stamp was all done with embossing, and what they did is they used black embossing powder, which did all of the black area. So all of that is actually raised and has that, see, even her glasses has that glossiness to it. And then of course they used ink, probably alcohol markers, to actually color the rest in. Isn't that neat? Like, I thought that turned out great. Here's probably one of my favorites, and I hope this wasn't in stock because I think it's a super, super cool stamp. But look what they did here, everybody. All of this, the original legs, were all done in gold embossing powder. Isn't that beautiful? Then they went back in, and I love how they took a white glitter. They probably just hand painted with a brush, glue in there, and then sprinkled glitter on, and when it dried, tapped it all off. But isn't that neat how that turned out? I just loved it. And that actually is Stamps by Me. That's one of their kits, and they have really fresh fun stuff that they make. Please check it out if we have any stamps by me. I didn't warn my crew, so they didn't have any graphics for it, but just go online and you'll be able to see it. Make sure I get all of this. Great ideas. Penny says, when will you start teaching Cricut techniques? I know, Penny, I've been talking about that for a while. That's going to have to be, well, maybe I'll just do one show on that if we don't have a lot of guests one day. Victoria, don't forget to use the anti-static tool. Yes, Victoria, thank you. I didn't, but I had it here. They're absolutely right. Deborah says it's magic, isn't it? And Paula says the magic is watching embossing never ends. Isn't that so true? I completely agree with you. It's just something about watching it goes woo, it transforms. You're like, that is so awesome. All right, so there it is. I got to most of them. I had one more I was going to show you, but we don't have time for it, so we'll have to save it for another day. So what were the 2 tips? Do a Cricut show techniques and do, come on, what was the other one that I told you guys to write down?
It was a Hanukkah one.
Oh, yeah.
Was the Hanukkah? No, somebody else had a really good idea too. Daggone it.
Oh, okay, well, it was Cricut techniques, Hanukkah, and oh shoot.
Oh, you'll find it. Okay, so we're going to try to remember them all. All right, so I got to wrap it up because it's pretty late now, and I love you guys so much. I'm so glad we had our time together again on a Tuesday. So happy crafting, my crafting cuties. I love you all. Next week, we are at, let's see, 24-hour craft event.
Holiday cards.
Oh, yes, batch making. Yes, write that down, Imani. Okay, good. Because I definitely want to do that for you guys. Batch making holiday cards. Thank you. Okay, 24-hour craft event is November 15th. I will be here for it. Yay, I'm launching it. I come back and do 2 hours of Suzanne Gets Crafty, and then we do this that night. And then join us next week on Tuesday. That will be at 9:30, guys. We're at our normal time. I think there's only one time this month so far that we've got to go early because I'm working later that night, but that's not yet. Yeah, it's later on the month. Anyway, love you guys. I will see you soon. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be on TV soon, but by the way, follow my HSN, Suzanne Runyon on Facebook on HSN, because then you find out all the fun stuff I have going on, all the creative stuff I'm doing, all the crazy stuff in my life, and you also can figure out when I'm going to be on doing this. Imani, did you have any last moments? You're done? All right, we're out of here. Bye, guys. Love you.